Any failure traceable to arrogance or our lack of comprehension or readiness to sacrifice would inflict upon us grievous hurt, both at home and abroad. There is call for not so much the emotional and transitory sacrifices of crisis, but rather those which enable us to carry forward steadily, surely, and without complaint, the burdens of a prolonged and complex struggle with liberty, the stake. Crises there will continue to be. In meeting them, whether foreign or domestic, great or small, there is a recurring temptation to feel that some spectacular and costly action could become the miraculous solution to all current difficulties. A huge increase in newer elements of our defenses, development of unrealistic programs to cure every ill in agriculture, a dramatic expansion in basic and applied research. These and many other possibilities, each possibly promising in itself, may be suggested as the only way to the road we wish to travel. But each proposal must be weighed in the light of a broader consideration, the need to maintain balance in and among national programs. Balance between the private and the public economy. Balance between the cost and hoped for advantages. Balance between the clearly necessary and the comfortably desirable. Balance between our essential requirements as a nation and the duties imposed by the nation upon the individual. Balance between actions of the moment and the national welfare of the future. Good judgment seeks balance in progress. Lack of it eventually finds imbalance and frustration. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together.
Could a strange substance be part of a government test? Well, that's the question at the heart of a phenomenon called chemtrails, now getting widespread attention.
They begin as normal contrails from a jet engine, but do not fade away like a normal contrail.
High cloud, or so-called contrails.
It turns out until 9 years ago, the government had the right under U.S. law to conduct secret testing on the American public under specific conditions.
It seemed like some mornings it was just crisscrossing the whole sky. It was just like a giant checkerboard.
A high level of barium, 6.8 parts per million, more than 3 times the toxic level set by the EPA.
Now, Jeff's report mentioned high levels of barium linked to those alleged chemtrails. We wanted to find out exactly what effects barium has on the body.
There's already no shortage of unclassified weather modification programs by the government. Chemtrails are even mentioned by name in the initial draft of House Bill 2977 under the Space Preservation Act. But the military denies any such program exists.
And you know, it turns out until 9 years ago, the government had the right under U.S. law to conduct secret testing on the American public under specific conditions.